The annual Rolex price shakeup is here, and 2025 didn't hold back. Stainless steel and platinum pieces barely moved, like that friend who hits the gym just to take mirror selfies. But Rolesor, steel and gold, and full gold models, they shot up faster than an Uber surge after a concert. These jumps aren't random, they're riding gold's wild price wave. Stainless steel crept up around 1% to 1.5%, about a $110 bump, and platinum just gave a polite 1% nod. Gold, though, went full diva. Rolesor climbed 8% and solid gold soared 11%. No surprise with gold jumping from $65,800 to $87,500 per kilo last year. Nothing like a metal that makes you wonder if you're buying a watch or a down payment. Welcome back to Opulent Oasis. Today, we're slicing through the shine to see what's worth the flex and what might ghost your savings. Collectors in the US and UK are feeling the same sting. Steel stays the reliable +1, while gold struts in like it just went viral overnight. Funny how a few grams of gold can turn a brunch flex into a financial crisis meeting. At the end of the day, grabbing a Rolex in 2025 isn't just about the wrist flex, it's about playing the game smart. We're here to help make sure your next buy is a win, not a plot twist for your credit card. Let's dive in. Rolex Oyster Perpetual. The Oyster Perpetual, Rolex's so-called entry-level pick, we all know it's still a flex, finally took a chill pill in 2025. After flexing hard with an 11% price jump in 2023 and another 3.5% in 2024, this year it barely twitched. We're talking a tame $110 to $165 bump, roughly a 1.6% to 2.6% rise. Even the celebration dial, that confetti-colored party piece everyone scrambled for last year, stayed level with the standard versions. Sometimes it feels like Rolex decided to whisper instead of scream just to keep us guessing and maybe let our bank accounts breathe for half a second. Quick break. Why not subscribe and join the Opulent Oasis community? Stay ahead with our top-notch content. Back to the discussion. Rolex Perpetual 1908. Now the Perpetual 1908. Rolex's dressy new kid that rolled in back in 2023 like it already knew all the VIPs. For 2025, it dropped a platinum variant with a light blue guilloche dial so smooth it could moonlight as a jazz saxophonist. The platinum price barely moved, adding just about $330, a polite 1% bump. But those yellow and white gold versions, yeah, they went full diva mode, leaping up 11% and tacking on an extra $2,900. Nothing like gold to remind you that subtlety is overrated and your credit card has feelings too. Rolex Air King. The Air King 126900 is that friend who shows up, vibes quietly, and never runs up the bar tab. For 2025, it got a tiny $110 price bump, basically Rolex saying, yeah, you're still good. We love a watch that keeps it drama-free and doesn't make your wallet need therapy. Rolex Sky Dweller. Meanwhile, the Sky Dweller is living its main character moment. The stainless steel version with a fluted gold bezel crept up about 3%, just enough to remind you it's fancy. But the solid gold models, those strutted in with an 11% jump, around $2,900, proving gold loves to flex whenever it gets the chance. Better bring your treat-yourself mindset and maybe a backup savings plan. Rolex Explorer. The Explorer, both 36 and 40, is that friend always up for a last-minute road trip but won't guilt you over gas money. For 2025, prices barely moved, just a chill $110 to $165 bump. In Rolex terms, that's basically a fist bump. The two-tone Rolesor, reference 124273, couldn't dodge the gold tax though. Even the most laid-back Explorer loves a bit of bling sometimes. Then there's the Explorer 2, the wild child that looks ready to wrestle a polar bear, but usually just fights off emails. Same story, small bump of $110 to $165. Nice to see a Rolex that stays tough without sending your credit score into hiding. Rolex Yacht-Master. The Yacht-Master lineup has been on a real journey. With the Yacht-Master II gone after 2024, we're left with the classic time and date models and those sleek, rotating bezels. The Rolesium versions, steel case, platinum bezel, stayed chill, barely a price ripple, like that friend who shows up just for the free champagne. Meanwhile, the gold models on Oyster Flex bracelets made waves, jumping 11% to about $30,500 retail, $29,000 grey market. Gold always loves stealing the show. Then there's the Yacht-Master 42 RLX Titanium, the stealthy rebel. It rose 5%, now at $14,800 retail and around $14,200 grey market. The watch equivalent of a matte black sports car that quietly picks up the tab. Rolex Sea Dweller. The Sea Dweller stayed chill for 2025. Steel models only saw a tiny 0.7% bump, bringing retail to around $13,750, while grey market prices hover near $13,200. It's that friend who can hold their breath forever, but doesn't feel the need to post about it. Rolex Deep Sea. The Deep Sea kept the same vibe, with just a slight 0.7% nudge. Retail now sits at about $14,150 for the black dial and around $14,460 for the D Blue. Think of it as the quiet gym guy who lifts double your max but stays humble. Rolex Deep Sea Challenge Titanium. Next up, the Deep Sea Challenge, the titanium beast built for ocean trenches and bragging rights. It saw a slightly bigger bump, putting retail at roughly $50,440, with grey market prices around $43,940. Titanium might be lightweight, but that price tag definitely isn't. Rolex Deep Sea 1 36668 LB Solid Gold. The ultimate underwater show-off. It took an 11.4% leap, landing at around $65,000 retail. Nothing says, I dive, but I brunch in Monaco, quite like a full gold dive watch. Rolex Submariner, no date. The Submariner, no date, is that chill friend who shows up in jeans and still steals the spotlight. For 2025, stainless steel models barely flinched. Just a tiny $110 bump, about 1%. Whether you're repping classic black or the green Kermit, your wallet gets to stay in vacation mode. We love a Rolex that flexes quietly and doesn't demand a second mortgage. Rolex Submariner Date. Meanwhile, the Submariner Date is the sibling who insists on ordering the fancy cocktail just because. Steel versions kept it cool with that same small $110 nudge, but the Rolesor models cranked up the drama, jumping about $1,500. And the solid gold versions? Oh, they went full rock star, leaping over 11% and tacking on around $4,800. Nothing like gold to turn a harmless treat yourself into a full-blown, guess I'll skip groceries for a month moment. Rolex GMT-Master II. The GMT-Master II crew, Batman, Pepsi, Sprite, and Bruce Wayne, kept it chill in 2025. Stainless steel models only nudged up about $110, so your wallet can breathe easy. Even Bruce Wayne stayed cool with that grey and black bezel. Meanwhile, the Rolesor versions craved attention, jumping 8%. And the solid gold models? They strutted up over 11%, adding $4,800 to $500. Nothing screams, I've made it, like a GMT that costs more than your first, and maybe second car. Rolex Day-Date 40. The Day-Date 40 is pure power move, the watch equivalent of arriving by helicopter. In 2025, platinum models barely twitched, under 1% bump, like they just shrugged and said, we're already top shelf. Gold versions? Different story. They jumped about 11%, adding over $4,300. Retail now sits around $42,500, with grey market at $41,000. Gold really knows how to turn treat yourself into sell a kidney real quick. Rolex Day-Date 36. The Day-Date 36, the slightly smaller sibling but equally savage, played it the same way. Platinum stayed cool as ice, but gold models shot up 11%, adding just over $4,000. Retails at $39,000, grey market around $37,500. It's the watch that quietly screams, yes, I RSVP to yacht parties, and I bring the champagne. Cosmograph Daytona. Lastly, the Daytona stole the show and our wallets in 2025. The stainless steel 126500LN in black or white only crept up by $440. Basically, Rolex saying, we'll go easy on you this time. But the gold versions, total drama queens, skyrocketing 18.5% and adding $6,500 to $8,700. Nothing like a Daytona to turn a flex into a guess I'm living on instant noodles moment. Overall, steel and platinum kept it chill, while gold and two-tone pieces went full peacock. If you're eyeing a Daytona this year, maybe prep your credit card for a therapy session first. And that's the 2025 Rolex price circus. Who's ready to sell a kidney? Thinking steel, going gold, or just here for the drama? Drop your hot takes in the comments. Smash that like button, subscribe to Opulent Oasis, and binge our other videos while your wallet recovers. Catch you on the next flex.